Hello, 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 everybody. Bill Murphy here from the Sports Insanity Network, and welcome to another exciting edition of Murphy's View. Well, the big game was yesterday. Super Bowl 57 is now in the books. The Kansas City Chiefs ended up beating the Philadelphia Eagles by a score of 38-35. Besides the game, there's one thing that everybody talks about. You guessed it, the commercials. So I just thought today I would give what my top 5 Super Bowl commercials were this year. Couple of disclaimers. One, I'm not including any movie trailers, even though some of the trailers were pretty cool. Like, I really like the Flash trailer. And two, this is all my personal opinion, so if you agree with me, great. If you don't, no big deal. We're all entitled to our opinions. You know what? Join in on the fun. Go in the comments and tell me what your favorite Super Bowl commercials were. I'd love to hear what they were. I'm very curious. Okay, but before we get to the top 5, I want to give some honorable mentions. One, I really like the Crown Royal commercial with Dave Grohl when he was saying, "Thank you, Canada," and he's like listing off all these things. You got us ironing boards. You got us poutine, that's fries and gravy. You got us hockey, basketball, and football. And one of the guys there like, what? And he goes, "It's true. Look it up." Thank you, Canada. I'm a Dave Grohl fan, so I really did enjoy that commercial. Okay, another one is the E-Trade baby. When they show like one of the babies are getting married and it's all, and it was just good to bring back the E-Trade baby. And it was funny and it was kind of charming. So E-Trade baby. Okay, this last one, I know some people might view this as controversial. I kind of like the He Gets Us commercials. I'm not going to give you a whole sermon or homily here because I know everyone out there has different religious beliefs and I will respect that. But I think they're very unifying and they're very uplifting, regardless of what your faith background is. But I really did enjoy the He Gets Us commercials. Now it's time to move on to the top 5. My number 5 is Busch Light. Very underrated. I don't think a lot of people are talking about this. The Busch Light guy with his beer, he's out talking like, you need 3 things to survive in the wild: food, Busch Light, and shelter. And then Sarah McLachlan comes out and goes, "Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan. Will you be willing to donate just a couple dollars to a harmless and to a helpless animal?" And then the song Angel in the background plays, a parody of those ASPCA commercials that we have to shut off the minute they come on because, we'll start crying when we watch them. And the Busch Light goes, "Not that type of guy, Sarah. And by the way, that's a wolf." I liked it because Sarah McLachlan was willing to just make fun of herself and make fun of the ASPCA commercials. So I give a thumbs up to her because, again, she's willing to poke fun at herself. And it seems like, I'm not a big fan of her music, but she does seem like she has a good sense of humor. Like, if you remember a couple of years ago, I think it was a Doritos commercial she did, and they were making fun of it too. So good for you, Sarah McLachlan. My number 4 is Doritos. I really like the one with Jack Harlow. He's trying to find something new and he starts playing the triangle and and then it just catches on everywhere. And then at the Grammys goes, "The winner of the triangle," it refers to the triangle has replaced the British pound. The triangle is everywhere. And then it's Grammy night. And Jack Harlow ends up losing the Triangle Grammy to Elton John. You're still awesome, Elton John. I've seen you in concert. You're amazing. Oh my God, it was so funny because he was the one who started the triangle craze, Jack Harlow, and and he brings all this to the attention. It replaces the British pound. And then Elton John ends up winning the Grammy, and he had to play in the triangle too. It was just such a fun commercial. I always say Doritos does one of the best commercials in the Super Bowl. They're always funny. They always make me laugh. So Doritos. Okay, my number 3 is Kia, aka the Binky Dad. For those who haven't seen it, a gentleman is going to a vacation with his wife and infant child. And then his wife goes, you got the Binky, right? He goes, oh no. And then he's driving back. He's driving back to his house. He's driving through construction sites. He's driving through a football game, and it just picks up media attention going, a father forgot his daughter's Binky. But you know what? He's making up for it, and he's capturing the hearts of America. And they're all going, Binky Dad, Binky Dad. And the Rocky theme is playing in the background. And he goes, I got it. And they're like, and then he runs back. He gives the Binky to his daughter, and his daughter spits it out. And then the wife goes, you know, she likes the blue Binky, right? And then he goes again. Not only is this commercial funny, it's kind of heartwarming in a way. I don't have children, but it really shows that parents would go anyway to get what they need to get for their children. So I thought it was just very funny, knowing that someone will go all over the country just to get a Binky for his child. It's kind of touching in a way, but it is absolutely. But I liked it. I really like this Kia commercial, the Binky Dad. Number 2, T-Mobile, the one with John Travolta and Zach Braff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm not a huge John Travolta, nor am I a huge Grease fan. But you know, John Travolta's complaining about his internet, and then his 2 neighbors come in, and then they start singing a parody of Summer Nights from Grease. And then it was just so funny. Tell me more, tell me more. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Grease, but I thought this was just absolutely funny. And John Travolta still can sing. Wow. That movie came out over 40 years ago. And holy crap, I think that movie came out 45 years ago, and he still got it. And he's still jamming, and they're doing the dance moves. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Grease, I still like this commercial. And it was a really funny one. Okay. My number 1. I talked about all the funny ones. Now I got to talk about the more heartwarming one. My number 1 is the Farmer's Dog commercial. For those who have not seen it, it's sort of like just a slice of life thing going through when this girl, when she was little, she got this little puppy, and it just shows you throughout the girl growing up with this dog, and showing that the dog, you know, when the girl goes off to college and the dog's still there, and then when this girl gets older and she moves out, gets married, and now has a family of her own. And, you know, there's a song playing throughout the commercial, and then the commercial ends with her child, her husband, and her pet and the dog. And she's singing the song to the dog because the dog's been there through basically her whole life from when she was a child to now that she's grown and has a family of her own. And I thought this commercial was very heartwarming because it kind of reminds me of my dog, who I've had from when I was 7 to when I started college. Because to anyone out there who's a pet owner, your pet, whether you have a dog, a cat, a hamster, or whatever, that pet becomes a member of your family. And you've been there through, and whatever you've been through, that pet has been with you. And, my dog has been with me from when I was 7 to all throughout my adolescence to when I started college. That dog was there for me. And that's like with this dog too. It was there for that. And also it was the same type of dog I had. So that may hit a little close to home. And because that dog was there from when she was a child to when she's a parent now. And the dog has been there with her every step of the way. And you know what? I will not lie. I did get a little teary-eyed while watching it. So those are my top 5 Super Bowl commercials. If you like what you see, and why wouldn't you? Because its content's amazing. Go to www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com. Check out our blogs, our vlogs, our podcast. Check us out on Twitter at @SInsanityReal. And check us out on Facebook and here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. I'm Bill Murphy from Murphy's View on the Sports Insanity Network. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and take care.